Okay, guys, welcome back to a new episode of Let Me Finish. We're on episode 77. Woo! I know. Okay. So we're just going to jump right in on this wonderful Monday. We're actually doing this on Monday after work. So we're both pretty tired.
Very.
So we're going to, power through and hope it's entertaining for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was your week, Jill? I forgot to say, I'm your host, Janice.
I'm Jillian.
Okay. Now, Jillian, how was your week?
Okay. So, so today is officially my first day back at work. Womp, womp, womp. And
I don't know if you can womp, womp, womp. Good for you, Jillian. You got a whole week off of work.
Yeah. But I'm just like, it's hard when you're on PTO.
Right before Thanksgiving.
When you're on PTO and you go, but the first day back to work, I'm just like, oh. When my alarm went off, I'm just like, oh.
Is it hard to get back in the swing of things of the actual job?
Yeah.
When you're off all the time?
Shut up. Shut up, girl. I am not off all the time.
Girl, all the time. I know y'all be listening and be like, yeah, that girl would be talking about you on PTO again?
No,
Damn.
it's because, the first part of the year, I didn't take any other than, the normal holiday days that I had off.
So that's not PTO.
Yeah.
So you didn't take any.
PTO. I didn't. And so on the back end, I'm taking.
And you're used to taking a family vacation, and we didn't take one this year. So
no.
Didn't we did it? Oh no, I went on that cruise for Ashley's bachelorette. So yeah, I didn't do no vacation.
So yeah.
Or I didn't do a family vacation.
Yeah. So we did. It's first of all, I'm not a morning person to begin with. So when I'm on vacation, of course, I sleep in a little bit later. And so when the alarm went off, I'm just like, I don't want to get up.
That's how I felt today too. And I didn't have no vacation last week.
Yeah. But I think it's because I didn't wake up at my normal time. Even though I dread waking up at that time, I didn't wake up at my normal time. It's just like, okay, bitch.
Do you usually try to wake up at your normal time when you're on?
No, that's why I always struggle.
Yeah, I'm like, who does that? Who's waking up at 7? I'm not letting my alarm go off at 7:30 a.m. for what?
My alarm literally does not go off. All I do is just let my own internal clock kind of like, okay. And even then,
yeah, absolutely.
Even then, I stay in bed for a hot minute before I actually get up. And my mom's like, "Are you gonna have breakfast? Are you gonna eat?" I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, see, that's how she yeah. Because me personally, on the weekends, I mean, my internal clock will wake me up around maybe like 8 a.m. Maybe a little bit before. But I'll be in bed all day.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't play with me.
Yeah, because my mom
definitely till like around 11.
I'm just like, look, I like being in my house, so
I ain't got no kids, okay?
And so couple shows dropped that I was just really excited about. It dropped on Friday and I already binged them all.
Which ones?
There was Cross, which was on Prime, which anyone who is familiar with the author James Patterson knows he has a character that he has as a book series that is centered around, and plus there was 2 movies with Morgan Freeman, Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider, that started the character, and then Tyler Perry did also start in a movie that was centered around the character where he played the main character Alex Cross. And so it stars Alden Hodge. Anyone who's a fan of, what was the name of that show he was on? Oh my gosh. Not Revenge. He was on, oh my gosh. It was a show. He was like a tech nerd. He's in his bag right now. He, first of all, fine, hot. Just
Alex Cross.
The name of the show is just Cross. This is the first time that the character has been turned into a TV series. Like I said, it started in the James Patterson books. They've been made into 3 movies, and now they have a TV series. They dropped the entire season. I think they're going to have another season sometime in 2020, early 2025, or sometime in 2025. It's already been renewed. And so I binge watched all 8 episodes. He did an absolutely amazing job. I loved it. I love any kind of cop procedural show. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you will love this show. And then on Peacock, they had a show called The Day of the Jackal with Eddie Redmayne and Lashana. I can't remember her last name. she was in the I think she was in the last or one of the James Bond movies. That's where I know her from, and she was in the musical Matilda on Netflix when they redid it on Netflix. Janice is like, this is over my head, but she's a great actress as well. So they only released the first 5 episodes, and I think new episodes are supposed to drop every Thursday or Friday. So those are two shows I was really excited about. Deadpool and Wolverine came out on Disney Plus.
So you had been watched that? I thought you watched it.
I watched it on
your cell phone.
On my cell phone. Somebody was live streaming it on TikTok, and so it's kind of
good old TikTok.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly legal, so it was nice to be able to see like the full breadth of the movie on an actual television instead of my little old phone.
How'd you feel about it?
I liked it. I thought it was funny, and
the best Deadpool yet, or
I think the first one is still my favorite as far as the Deadpool, but I did like the multiverse, because anyone who watched
actually I completely agreed when he made that joke about you guys were trying to do the multiverse. It doesn't work. Stop doing it.
I
was
like it.
Hello. Say it again, Deadpool. You be telling the truth, because I'm tired of multiverse bullshit.
Yeah, the multiverse stuff, because anyone who watched like Loki, and now
too much, bro.
they're doing which I think we just finished Agatha All Along, so I think that was a really good show. But Loki kind of delved into the multiverse and all that stuff, and so it linked that. But I did like all the cameos from like Wesley Snipes with Blade, girl with Elektra.
I love
Jennifer Garner.
Channing Tatum's
Gambit. He did an amazing job. Now I'm just like, now you'll have to do a Gambit movie.
They're not going to though.
Oh my gosh, I wish they would.
But it was so good.
It was very good.
And I love that they brought the girl back.
They brought what was her name?
X-23 or
yeah,
something?
X-23 back. She was in the girl that was in Logan, and then also Chris Evans was in there playing Johnny Storm.
That part made me laugh.
Yeah, he's just like he's gonna say it. Eventually, he's like, flame on. He's like, what? That was hilarious.
No, it was when he was just like, he's like, I did not say that.
Yeah,
he's lying.
It was a lot of really. Yeah, it was a lot of really great
cameos. Great cameos. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. The ending was good. So, and it was funny. That's what I like about Deadpool, is it's funny. It's always funny.
So there's that. So that was good. And then what else? I also, first of all, can we talk about the fact that People magazine had their Sexiest Man Alive, and they put John Krasinski as Sexiest Man Alive?
You don't think he's sexy?
I just don't think he shouldn't have won it for this year. I'm like, he hasn't really done anything this year.
I know. I don't really understand how they'd be picking him, because they had Blake Shelton a couple years ago, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. So I honestly thought it was going to be Pedro Pascal, because he's had like.
I thought he was already a Sexiest Man of the Year.
Was he last year?
I thought he was. I mean, because I was like, oh.
Hold on.
Maybe not.
Let's see.
That's usually somebody I'm not attracted to. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Michael B. Jordan, Chris Evans, maybe.
2023. Last year was Patrick Dempsey.
See, I like Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah. So I thought Pedro Pascal just had an amazing year with Last of Us, and
that was like 2 years ago.
No, that was this year. Last of Us was this year.
Oh, in 2024? Oh.
Not.
Oh.
With the. Did you ever watch Last of Us?
No, but I thought we had talked about it so long ago.
No, it was this year.
So I was like, it was 2023.
Last of Us was 2023?
Yeah, that's what I said. We talked about that a long time ago.
Okay, I guess. Okay, all right. I guess.
But I mean, that's why I thought he won last year.
No, he didn't.
That's why I was like, and then he was on a lot of stuff.
He was, like I said, he did Last of Us. He did. Let's see. He did Last of Us. He's in Gladiator 2, which comes out this Friday, and then also what was the other project he did?
I mean, people do really love John Krasinski, so
I'm just saying, but I'm just like, what has he really like?
He's Emily Blunt's husband.
I think when it comes to Sexiest Man Alive, it's not
his best
just
role.
I don't think it's just looking sexy.
It's not, yeah.
I thought it's somebody who's just having an incredible year.
Well, Patrick Dempsey didn't have an incredible last year. I don't think so. So no, I don't think it's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's just some of these picks. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like Patrick Dempsey, I didn't get either.
He is super sexy, but
it's not, like I said, for me, it's the sexiness plus someone who's had like a breakout or is having a really good
breakout year. Because even Brad Pitt wasn't the sexiest man alive for a while.
I think I personally think sexiest man is somebody who's having like a really good year. Whether I would say professionally, just having a really great year.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, on top of
being sexy.
So whether it's somebody's, hey, I just won 10 Grammys or whatever.
I'm sure Pedro will get it. He's so new. No, they don't usually put new stars on there.
You think so?
No, I mean, really, new? Like, he really just hit the scene.
Because like I said, I knew him from...
Girl, I knew him from Wonder Woman. That's it.
That was it? I knew him
That's the first movie I saw him in.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he had like an absolute breakout, and then he was in Narcos.
So what do you feel like his stellar year was? Last of Us?
Hold on, let me pull up his. And plus that was another thing too. He's announced that he's going to be Dr. Reed on the new X-Men. So that's a really big role. People were wondering who was gonna...
Maybe he'll have it next year.
So I just thought that...
it's weird. I don't find Pedro Pascal very attractive. So
The Last of Us, and then was his.
Yeah, so
that's when I'm just like, okay, this. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely big.
So yeah, I mean, I just feel like John Krasinski. I'm like, I feel like I haven't heard about anything that he's done or hasn't been on everyone's like.
What's it called? What's that movie that came out this year? He wasn't in it, but he produced it. He produces a lot of movies. But he produced... What's the silent movie?
The Quiet Place.
Yeah. It's his movies.
The Quiet Place that just came out, he didn't direct that one.
You did it?
Mm-mm. I don't think he did.
Are you sure?
Can you look it up?
I can. Yes, I can. Why would they... I thought he, wrote it or something.
I don't think he wrote that one.
The Quiet Place?
Part 2. Yeah, just do...
Day 1.
Day 1.
Place, Day 1.
Whatever.
Because Part 2 came out.
Yeah. That I think he did do. I think he directed. I don't even think he wrote the movies.
I don't know. I feel like he was a big role in it, but I guess maybe not.
I mean, at most he might have produced.
I don't know why I thought he was a bigger part of it.
He wasn't in
his brainchild or something.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't in it. I know he didn't direct it. So that's
Michael Sarnowski was the person. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know, but he won it.
Yeah,
he won it.
So yeah, I just thought that he was just having, at least the last 2 years, he's had a really I don't even say resurgence. He was just having a really good run of things that has happened to him as far as roles that he's been in.
So I feel like Michael B. Jordan definitely got it right around. He was having a lot of success.
Because that was it was
I think even before that, it was Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield ain't never been hot.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's necessarily.
So that's what I'm saying. Your theory on just having a great breakout year, I don't know if that's a factor for them.
And and that's what I think it should be. So when I saw him, I'm like, where he come from?
Blake Shelton didn't have no breakout year. He got with Gwen Stefani.
Yeah,
that's it.
I was just like, that's why I was just like, I don't know about this.
Maybe it's people you hadn't thought about before have always been considered sexy, but I don't know. I don't know what they're basing it off of. So
yeah.
Because Patrick Dempsey should have been, you were talking about breakout years, it should have been during McSteamy years.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't. So
yeah. So well, who knows? But I just thought that was interesting. So there's that. But yeah, other than that, I just stayed at home, chilled. We went and celebrated Stacey's birthday. So
Girl, we've been celebrating Stacey's birthday.
I know, it's a whole month.
We went to brunch, honey.
Yeah, we went to Kitchen and Cocktails for lunch, which we really thoroughly enjoyed that place. So if you guys ever want to try at a new brunch spot, definitely check that place out.
You said what? Kitchen and Cocktails.
What did I say?
I don't know.
I thought I said Kitchen and Cocktails, but I'm really tired, so I may not have said that.
I don't know, but I'm also really tired, so I might not have heard you right. Okay. So, yeah. So for me this week, I bought a new mop. I bought one of those little spin mops. I thought that was fun.
Oh, really?
Isn't that crazy?
You're officially an old lady.
God dang. Really? Jeez Louise.
Yeah, when you get older, you'd be surprised.
You get excited about because literally on Friday I said, I'm going to go buy that mop.
Did you try it?
Yes, girl. Yes, my floors are all nice and mopped, honey.
Very good.
But yeah, so other than that, I mean,
just working.
So sad.
Yeah.
I did a little online shopping. Put some stuff in the car. I didn't even hit purchase.
Oh, you did? Window shopping?
Just
virtual window shopping.
That's a thing. I finished Real Housewives of Potomac. So
you guys were talking about that. I'm just like so lost.
Show hole now. I have a show hole. I need to find a new show.
I don't know what else.
But I need to watch reality TV. So it's I
don't know.
Yeah, because I don't feel like I'm ready to commit to a series.
Why not? Didn't you? Okay, so just talking about series. So Janice was watching Outer Banks.
It was good.
So I came over and we're doing her thing. And
you're such an asshole.
Tell me why. Whatever happened, I won't. I'm not. I don't watch Outer Banks, so the ins and outs.
We talked about it last
so we were
week.
sitting in the recliner. Here she comes,
like a baby,
crying like a baby. I said, "Girl, these are not real people."
I think everybody knows now. Spoiler alert! If you are not caught up on Outer Banks and you need to watch it, spoiler alert! I'm about to spoil a major thing, which I think this thing has been spoiled the first day it came out. But JJ dies.
Okay, I don't know who JJ is.
And it's like traumatized. Oh my God, I was so upset. Aww. But I had seen it, so I already knew it was going to happen. But watching the scene was just like heart-wrenching.
And that's the point she goes, because when I walked into the door,
I was sobbing.
She goes, can I just finish the show? Main character is going to die. I'm like, you already know. And she goes, yeah, they already spoiled it. But, and then
I need to see it.
The actual scene, actual scene happens. And I'm watching it with her. And she's just like really like tears like dropping
this person
from her
somebody
eyes.
I know.
Like, trying to catch her breath.
More
crying.
of a reaction than the girl that's supposed to be his girlfriend on the show had a reaction to it.
Yeah.
I was like, do you not care that your man just died? Girl, she was not giving the feels that I needed her to give. But apparently, the two actors that play the love interest, apparently they don't get along.
Oh, that's
so. I don't know how true this story is, though. You know how stuff is out there like that. So I don't know how true it is, but they're saying that they have beef because of their significant others and being jealous. I'm like, well, maybe, but I feel like the main couple was together in real life and broke up and are still working together fine. So I feel like if they can do it, you should be able to do it with jealousy and all. But because I mean, one of the ones that broke up, the main characters, that had been a couple, he's dating somebody else and they're cool. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean,
the main girl, she dated Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson, girl, I tell you what, he be getting around.
For real.
I mean,
we all know there's only one reason.
Gotta bronze that thing. Bronze it, honey.
That and Nick Cannon.
I don't know what that is about.
I don't know either.
Because I don't know.
He's reckless with his.
Yeah, because they never talked about no size with him. And you would think with all the women, the size would have come out by now if it was really like a main dingo. Just saying. But Pete Davidson, everyone.
It's worth it, ladies.
And then I think when you see him with older women, you're like, oh dang, he even get the older ladies, honey. They said, okay, you working with something.
He was with Ariana. He was with
the older women. So I'm talking about like Kate Beckinsale, Kim Kardashian. There's some other women that were older, but those two are the main ones. Mainly Kate Beckinsale. When I saw him with Kate Beckinsale, I was like, he must be slinging something in there. Because she's so like renowned and classy, and she was like, listen, I'm gonna have me fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know what would have made her decide to.
Yeah, the only thing is every person I've ever seen him hook up with, I'm like, huh, interesting. It was not.
Oh, and he hooked up with that girl from Bridgerton, Phoebe.
Phoebe.
Do you remember? Did you watch Bridgerton?
I did.
Season 1. The main girl. Her real name's Phoebe. The main girl, Daphne.
Oh, yeah. You got to tell me their character name because
he was with her for a little while too.
Okay.
That's what I'm just saying.
It's
he
like,
be getting them.
Okay.
He be getting them.
It's Pete Davidson's personality. It was just like,
I think his personality probably does take it over the top because he's really funny.
Mm-hmm. So that's probably what it is. He just has a really great personation, and I think that's what is.
I think the personality is what keeps him hanging around. But I think everybody wants to just try it out.
Yeah.
Because that was Ariana's fault. Ariana shouldn't have told everybody.
Okay.
So other than that, what else have I done this week? Probably that's pretty much it. After that,
You're good.
Oh, so yeah. After that, like we went to brunch. Brunch was cool or whatnot. Yeah. So what I will say is this is Kitchen and Cocktails is a Black-owned restaurant in Dallas, and I tell you what, I told Jillian, I said we have going to way too many white-owned establishments because this food was flavored, honey. I said I did not realize that I wasn't getting like the shit like out there because man, everything we ate, I was like,
yes,
damn, this is good. Damn, this is good. Damn, this is good. But I tell you, I say I need to start going to more Black-owned food places.
Yeah. So if you guys know any great Black-owned restaurants in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, let us know because we definitely love to go
food
out.
Blind.
Yeah.
At least restaurant blind.
Yeah, for real. Because I mean, I think even the drinks that we had, they were heavy pour,
popping, honey.
Yeah, they were very well done. You know. So
everything was seasoned to perfection.
We all literally at the end of dinner, we were just like, we had a lot of stuff on because our eyes were bigger than our stomachs. And so we're just like, man, we're going to take it. We're going to have dinner and lunch ready to go.
I ate on that the rest of the day. I still have leftovers and I'm probably just going to throw mine out. But yeah, they give you I got chicken and waffles. Forget them little chicken strip. They give us full breasts. Okay, thighs, honey, with the bone in it, seasoned. Okay,
yes.
So yeah, so just FYI, Kitchen and Cocktails, delicious, and we need more suggestions for Black-owned businesses in the Dallas area, cooking wise, like restaurant wise. But yeah, so that's pretty much my whole weekend. But we wanted to. You want to power through and just go straight into the topic?
Yeah, let's just go straight into the topic.
Because I think we actually kind of mentioned it with TikTok. And so basically what we want to talk about today is TikTok and its influence over society, because I think when TikTok came out, it literally blew up the scene, especially with the fact that I think it came out during COVID.
Yes.
And people were so bored at home anyways.
I think it came out before COVID, but it got the most popular during COVID because everyone was at home.
Okay. So when did it come out? Do you know what year?
It started out as an app called Musical.ly.
Okay, so I remember Musical.ly. So when did TikTok become TikTok and blow up? COVID, right?
Yes.
Because I did not know about TikTok before COVID.
Yeah.
I knew about Musical.ly, but I don't think it was like a thing. I was like, whatever, Musical.ly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Vine, R.I.P. Vine. Like where it was nothing and then hot and then gone. God, and I feel like So Jillian brought something to my attention about TikTok about the fact that
So Congress passed a bill stating that it's going to require... Now, TikTok is suing because it is a private company and you can't force someone based on it being owned by a foreign company to sell to an American company. They're thinking that it's not 100% legal for them to be able to do that. So we'll see what happens.
I thought this was like something from way before, though. I thought they had already fooled around with this during Trump's first presidency.
They did. No, but they earlier this year they did pass, and it passed bipartisan. So both Republicans and Democrats signed off on it, citing security concerns, whatever that means, stating that TikTok was going to be required because it's owned by ByteDance, which is a Chinese company. Or it's not 100% Chinese owned. It's actually based out in Taiwan or something, but they do own shares. Part of it is owned by China. They don't have full ownership of the company, so to speak. So they were saying that TikTok was going to be required by, I believe sometime in January, they were going to be required to sell to an American company, which they are fighting that. And if they don't, that TikTok would not be available in the US, which the US is such a small portion of their actual users, because it is an international company that
they might not care.
Why would they sell the company to lose money when for such a small number of users? So like I said, I got into it. Like I said, our little cousin.
Well, needless to say, you said that because the scare is that they could potentially go away just like Vine did.
It could. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. If it's already downloaded on your phone, how does that, I don't know how that's going to work. Like I said, I don't know how 100% legal it is. If it's like I said, not Vine, TikTok is suing, saying that, you can't force a private company. You can't tell a company, because that means any foreign owned company, you can't require. It's one thing to say, hey, I'm not going to allow you to do business in the United States because maybe having some kind of embargo on certain products from this company. Okay, fine. But you can't say you as a foreign company, you must sell to a U.S. company for you to be able to do business here. That's totally for you to be able to continue.
Well, I think that's because, Vine was pretty much the same thing as TikTok.
Yeah, but it was only like, what was it, 15, 30 seconds? The videos can only be that long.
I mean, so was TikTok up until last year. 30-second videos, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Vine,
it was exactly the same thing.
It's exactly. Because I'm just like, something will take its place. Even if this happens, something else will just take its place.
Because Vine was popping.
Yeah. Something else will take its place. I think for me, like I said, I don't know how their algorithm works. It's just for the For You page, you really do curate that to your own specific
do you think that the reason why the government is trying to step in and kind of control this is because it is so influential and people do kind of come together?
I think it has been when it comes to, I think TikTok is the best and the worst of what social media can do, because I think I've learned so much you get to connect with other people and learn so much stuff. It could be silly stuff like I said, with dances, you get to see people being super creative on the platform.
And the algorithm is a wide variety.
And I'm like, I can learn about, get fashion, inspiration. I can get makeup inspiration, but also when it comes to the political portion, like, hey, these are, you have book talk, you have,
let me tell you what, you pause on one of them political things for like 2 seconds, all of a sudden your timeline's full of political stuff.
Yeah. And so, and I do like hey, have you heard about this? Hey, if you want, and for me, for someone who wants to get more politically active, they have suggested great books if I wanted to learn more about that kind of stuff. If, organizations I could possibly volunteer or get to know more about and me be more interested. And like I said, for me, when I curate my For You page, I am mostly, there's this one girl, Cecilia Regina. I absolutely love her analysis, her social analysis. I'm like, it cannot go away, because I follow her now on Instagram, and she does have a YouTube, so I do use those other avenues to be able to get her, her social commentary on, she was doing a series on stuff like Sex and the City.
Love that.
And analyzing, hey, do you see this dynamic between Carrie and Big, or Carrie? And I will have to say, I did decide to go back and watch a couple episodes, and I'm just like, everyone's been talking about it, but like, Carrie was a shitty friend. And
how dare them?
Carrie was a shitty friend. And then when he came to Big, it was yes, she was.
We have to dig into that. How was she a bad friend?
We'll have to talk about it off, because I don't want to get off topic. But
what? No, I didn't even want to hear this. You brought it up.
Okay, so she was talking about, like, one of the examples, and she's not the only one that has made this analysis when it comes to Carrie. She is one of those girls who is boy obsessed, and so she will put her friends in a lurch in a pursuit of a man. And
in a lurch?
Yeah.
Or just not be as communicative because you're in a relationship now.
And here's the thing: when I went back and watched it, I'm just like, yeah, this isn't. Especially, they were doing a lot of deep analysis as far as her relationship with Big and Carrie. I'm just like, oh my gosh! Even though this is my young mind, I'm just like, oh my god, why aren't you not with Big? Because I did not like Aiden. I just didn't like Aiden. I liked her with Big, but now that I go back, I'm just like, Carrie, that man didn't want you.
But he did want her.
He was just like, he didn't. And
he did not want her at the time.
Exactly.
So she should have left it alone at the time.
And she was just so desperate for him to pick her that she did things that I think were just, it's just like, come on, Carrie.
I mean, alert. She didn't do nothing to her friends.
One of the things I was very bothered with, and even when I was younger, I was bothered by this, the whole thing when she couldn't buy her apartment and she guilted Charlotte about giving her the money, and Charlotte ended up giving her her engagement ring so she can buy her apartment.
So she didn't guilt her. She literally just said, everybody else was like offering to do something to help me because you're my friends, and you didn't make it seem like it's not even something you were considering to help me. It was, which is just a non-factor. Like, absolutely not. I'm not even going to consider this because she didn't.
Yeah, which is her right. It's her money.
So I think Carrie was just saying, like, I just wish you would have at least like offered to do something. Mm-hmm. So
when the only way out of the situation was money, she's like, I don't want to.
But just Carrie like, straight up said, I wouldn't actually take your money.
Then why did it matter that she didn't offer?
I mean, again, I think it was just the sentiment of you're my friend and you would do anything to help me.
Yeah. But, and she ended up taking it, even though.
And I think there's a reason why Charlotte took a step back and decided to do what she did, because she knew, like, you are like.
But you
and what Charlotte said is she just thinks money muddles a friendship, but that's what you should have said instead of being mute and acting like you don't hear me and looking away.
Which she has that right to, but I think at the end of the day, when it came down to it, the whole reason why she got in that situation is because she had to buy Aiden out for the apartment, and then also when it wasn't Miranda,
like she was just a completely irresponsible person.
Carrie was very irresponsible.
She was irresponsible with her money, but the fact that she would even had it to buy him out, like, it wasn't like she had no money at all. It was just
because she was just like I think almost there was almost a little bit of jealousy as well with Carrie versus Charlotte, because she's just like, you're in this apartment, and it's almost like she was trying to say that Charlotte you don't need it.
It wasn't that what she was saying, you don't need it. It was just like, hey, look at you, divorced, sizable settlement, all these things in the divorce. I'm going through a situation where I'm leaving a situation or a relationship, and because of that, I now find myself in a bit of a bind. There was no offer of anything, not even a, hey, I'm here to support you. I can't give you any money, but I'm here to support you in whatever you need as you're going through this time. She didn't even do that.
Yeah.
The girl was acting like she didn't hear her.
But I did think that
it wasn't like Kara was like, can you offer me some money?
Yeah.
She was telling them about the situation, and she was like,
when she went to the apartment, she did. She was just like,
because that was after the fact, because of the way she was acting.
Yeah.
I think, but again, so when I'm in a group of my friends talking about all my struggles and everything going on, the last thing I'm looking for you to do is look up and away and sip your drink like you don't hear me.
She heard you. She just wasn't going to offer.
Offer what? You don't have to offer money. I wasn't asking for cash.
Okay. I think though, because the other two girls did offer to give her some of the cash.
And I think when she just completely ignored, and Carrie kind of looked at her, and she was just like, but you know what? It's like, I can't financially, whatever. I get that. But
and I think also we have to point out the fact that Miranda.
I am Carrie. Okay.
No, I totally agreed, but she was a bad friend. And then also when Miranda said, hey, how much do these shoes cost and how many do you have? And she's just like, you spent $40,000 in shoes and you literally can't afford a place to stay. You're literally going to be the old lady in the shoe. And so I was just like, yeah, you messed up.
Okay, but you gotta kick your friend where she down.
And I think that's why Charlotte just kept quiet, because she could have been mean about it and just said, well, damn, you a dumb bitch. She's
the bad friend because she was in a bad situation?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when she went to the apartment and kind of blew up at Charlotte, trying to make her feel guilty for not offering.
Blow up at Charlotte.
Yeah, she did. She goes, I would offer it to you. And I'm like, bitch, you can't offer it because you don't have it. And that's the part I'm just like, yeah, that was it. I always sympathize with Charlotte. I felt like Charlotte was the most, out of all of them.
The whiniest.
I don't think the whiniest.
She was 100% the whiniest.
No, she wasn't. I felt like with Charlotte, she knew what
Where is he? I'm tired.
No,
whiny.
Here's the thing. Charlotte, when it came to, that's why I think she always married the best and always ended up with the best romantic relationship, is because she had standards, knew what she wanted, and she did not compromise on her standards. The shit that Big did to Carrie, Charlotte would never have allowed Big to walk on her like that.
Okay, so that makes Carrie a bad friend?
There's a lot of other things, like I said.
So that makes her a bad friend, or she chooses the wrong man?
Okay, well, let's talk about the fact that whenever we talked about, anyone who is a huge, like I said, I didn't want to go off because I know this is like a big thing, and we can have like a Sex and City talk.
We might need to have a Sex and City talk because Julian, no.
Yes, we have
Carrie was not a bad friend. Carrie did not have her shit together, but she was not a bad friend.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do because we do have.
She was the glue that held that circle together.
Okay,
who was? They would not have been friends without her.
I think 100%. I think it was Samantha. I think Samantha was the coolest out of all of them. Samantha was the coolest.
Samantha and Charlotte did not like each other, and continuously got in fights throughout the series. So.
Oh, we'll see. Like I said, we can do a deep dive in it. I think what we should do.
We need to do.
I think what we should do is. Now that we're much older, I think what we need to do is do a rewatch.
Oh.
And then come back and talk about it. So that way everything's fresh on our mind.
My views are skewed because I'm still looking at from my younger version.
Because like I said, I didn't think that way. And it's been a really long time. I have the complete series on DVD. It's been a really long time since
you ain't got to watch it on DVD. Just pull up next.
No, I'm just saying. That, I mean, to the point where like I loved it so much that once the series was over, I bought the entire series on DVD.
Girl, my sister, I was there.
Yeah. So
and mommy wanted you to throw it away because she said it was smart.
And so we should do, now that we're more enlightened and older, more mature, is do a rewatch. I think once these people start analyzing.
Let's do that.
We'll come back.
But I will say really quickly before we go back on topic, I do think that Big did treat her badly. Yes. I do think in the standards of today, we would be like, hell no, Carrie, move on. Mm-hmm. But I also think he was her soulmate. So
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we'll examine that. I really just don't think that Carrie fit into his ideal wife.
Okay, so back to TikTok. So you were saying your influencer, the person that you met on TikTok, or you got connected to on TikTok, influenced you. Mm-hmm. And because of that, what?
I think when it comes to TikTok, like I said, I have seen a lot of creators that have opened my mind and seen that, oh, wait a minute.
I think it does when you see so many people's opinion kind of formula. And the thing about it is with algorithms and things, let's say you're kind of interested in hearing more about the other side. Mm-hmm. If you watch it like one or two videos, it's going to start giving you more and more and more. Mm-hmm. So it's going to keep feeding that, which can be almost an unbalance, because if you're only looking at one thing all the time, is it really giving you a balanced view of what other side you should be looking at? Because I will say, during the election and the politics and things, I mean, it was all very pro Kamala, but I'm pretty sure that's not how everybody's algorithm is, you know?
It's not. And me specifically, like I said, because I do curate, if I see someone who is a little bit too misogynistic and I don't like the trad wife content, I do not like those at all.
What is it?
Trad wife, traditional wife content that they have that was like all of a sudden flooding my For You page. I end up, and that's why I love about TikTok, because you can curate it, because I did not like that content. I made sure I either blocked the person that was pushing that content, or I made sure that I let TikTok know that is not content I'm not interested in, which you can go through and block certain hashtags and stuff like that. So maybe you're a little bit too Trumpy for me, you got blocked.
But then
if I saw you being racist, you got blocked and reported.
Well, yeah, I think you should. But do you think, but my question is, do you think because it only curates certain things for you that it can also bleed into not thinking outside the box or like other people's opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm like, it's like I can see it where it can be a good thing or a bad thing. It can be used for good. It could be used for evil. Which most things that are great can be used for good and evil. So.
Yeah, because I think for me personally, like I said, when I was going through like my resurgence with reading, I did get a lot of suggestions through Book Talk. And I did love that because I'm just like, I want to read. It helped me really get back into reading, and it helped me.
You know, they say the average American reads 12 books a year. Isn't that crazy? I didn't think that.
I would thought it would be less.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
I thought it was going to be like 1.5.
Uh-huh. So anyways, we'll see. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of people who haven't read a book since high school. So it's okay. So
and then you literally just get like a little. That's how it happens to me throughout my life. That's how it's always happened to me. I've had times in my life where I read like crazy, and then I have times where I don't read at all, and then one little book or one little pinch of the reading monster, and I'm back to reading again. Yeah, I'm in a off phase right now.
Yeah. Like I said, a couple years, like when the Hunger Games came out, when that book series came out,
Twilight did it for me.
I absolutely devoured those books, and then 50 Shades of Grey, I devoured those books.
Well, that's what happens. I find like one book, and then I want to find more books like it, and that's how I ended up getting into like this book hole. Yeah.
Even it, like I said, whatever niche.
Because I went through a lot of vampire books.
Because you went. There you go. And I think because that once you find something, you're like, okay, I want this feeling again. I think that's part of also why, or For You page, when you find something that you're interested in. Like I said, it caused me a resurgence in, I like to do cross stitching and crocheting. I'm like, oh. Yeah, I pick this back up.
I think that's why they have to have those like things on TikTok where it's like, oh, you've been scrolling for a while. Maybe you should go take a drink of water. I'd be taking it to heart. I'd be like, you're right. It's been like 3 hours. Especially like I'm just scrolling aimlessly on my phone. Like I'll come home, sit down on my couch for like 6:30. And before I know it, it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. I'm still scrolling. I'm like,
yeah, I gotta let this go.
So I think it's to your point. It's like giving you that feeling, and it's only showing you things that will give you more of that feeling.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. It's so, because I mean even Reels and YouTube do it too. But for whatever reason, TikTok has just mastered it.
No, yeah, it's totally different. Like I'm like, I don't see myself scrolling as much on Instagram. I don't even get on Facebook anymore.
I do scroll a lot on the Reels. Reels are pretty much...
Well, with YouTube, I just go for my specific... If I go and look up certain things I want to see, or so
I go to the bottom, like if you go to watch a specific video, watch that video, if you scroll down a little bit, there's like basically little reel videos, and so I'll like click one. Same thing with Facebook and Instagram, and I'll click on one, and then it'll give me more stuff like it, and I'll keep going.
I haven't.
It's the same. It's just, I wouldn't say it's as of a stronghold as TikTok has on you, but it's the same.
Yeah. But I see when it comes to YouTube, I don't do Reels. I don't watch those.
Yeah.
I literally, when it goes to YouTube, I search for specific stuff that I want to see. So like the other day I was searching cornbread dressing, just see if I wanted to tweak my little recipe a little bit. So that's what I watched.
But that's what I'm saying. And then if you go down a little further on that video down, instead of having more videos, at one point it will give you little videos, like little 15-second videos to
okay,
watch.
Yeah, I don't.
And
I don't
then that will turn into you watching a lot of videos about with the cornbread and different ingredients. So that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. It's just it's based off of the search, and then it will give you, because like I think when I was like obsessed with Bridgerton there for a second when season 3 came out, oh yeah, like I used to watch so many little mini videos of Colin and
Penelope.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, I mean it does, like I said, when it comes to TikTok, like I said, there is good and bad, because you get sucked in, and you just get, it's almost like you're just watching and you're just like, oh my gosh, I actually need to get out and live my actual life. So you could be on there for hours and hours and hours. But then again, I'm on here and I'm like, you get to learn so many and I think great stuff on here. And it's just so informative. And I
think
feel
it's
like
easier to get followers on TikTok too.
Yeah, it is.
For whatever reason. I don't know why, but so many people are more viral on TikTok than anything else.
Yeah.
Like I'll have videos where I'll have like 1 million listen or views. I mean, they don't like it. Hello, why don't y'all like it? Maybe not millions. Let me take that back. Like over like 100,000 though, it'd be like a lot of views, and I'll be like, oh, I'm trying to go see if I can give an example, find an example for myself. But I was like, okay, so
people are watching.
Okay, let me stop lying to myself.
Oh, how many?
Like 1,000.
Okay,
but that's still a lot.
1,000 people viewed that. Yeah.
Right. And so I'm saying that's a lot considering I'm not a famous person, you know? So I think it's just easier to go viral on TikTok than anything else, which is why people...
Here's the thing. The more people watch and interact with the content, it gets pushed out more because that's what they want. They want more eyeballs on the platform. So if you see something, you like it, you share it, you comment on it, you know, so that's why sometimes
like reposting or putting the hashtags are important.
Yeah, because people will, you know, once you get people talking and you push up the views, everybody wants to be like, nobody wants to miss out. I think that's another thing too. People have a FOMO attitude. They don't want to miss out. They don't want to be not in the know when something is going on. So I think that's a part of it too.
Like for example, the Why Did I Get Married girl? Like I think if she would have put that same video on YouTube, it would not have gotten near the viral views that she got from TikTok. Yeah. Like, because she was just a random person telling her random story, right? But
oh, yeah, why the F did I get married? Who the F did I marry? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about the movie.
Yeah.
Why did I get married? Yeah. No, who the fuck did I marry? Whatever. So I think had she done it on a different platform, she wouldn't have gotten as viral. And it changed her life.
Yeah, especially how she did it, because you're just like
such an influence.
It was like 50 parts, and it was just like
kept going. And to this day, when we talked about it, that was our most listened episode.
Yes, it was.
So, I mean, clearly, I'm just saying like little things, and then once somebody hear, oh, go watch this on TikTok, and then it just goes crazy viral.
There's a lot of like, that's how I discovered
a lot of things. Yes.
And start watching their show.
That's how I discovered Shits and Gigs as well.
Before the controversy that they had on...
What controversy?
They said some shit about black women or...
What did they say?
Something... Andrew Schultz made a joke that they laughed at, that it was at the expense of black women. I can't remember, but I'd already had stopped listening to their podcast. I used to listen to it every Monday on my way to work, but I felt like their content was getting just a tiny bit stale, so it wasn't like must listen to every time. And then you miss one episode, then two, then three, and then I kind of stopped listening.
And that's the thing. That's why they were so popular in TikTok, or they got popular, is because I would only watch little clips of the funny parts, just the funny parts. And so when I actually went to listen to it, even though they were like the number one podcast, but yeah, when I went to go listen to the podcast, I was like, no, it's too much.
Yeah.
So I don't actually care about all the other stuff. So
yeah,
just the funny shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I did like it, but like I said, there's a couple things I'm just like, I don't like that. There are a couple things they've said, I'm just like, it made me feel icky.
Oh, well then there you go. I guess
so. I think the true colors came out, and I think that's why I kind of like pulled back. Not saying that they're not funny. They have their funny moments. They tell their funny stories, and I've heard like they'll watch movies and shows, and I've been able to glean from them pretty good TV and movie recommendations from them. But there are a couple things where I'm just like, okay, I don't. Yeah, that. Not saying that it was super controversial. It was just one of those things where something is off. I can't put my finger on it.
With them?
I was like, something is off. I don't like something about this. And so it could just, once it started happening more often, is one of those things where, okay, maybe I don't need to listen to it every Monday. And then I just stopped listening, and it's just there. Like if I saw something I think interesting, it was there. And then I was just like, huh.
Like I'm good.
It's not necessary.
Good on y'all. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Moving. I mean, sometimes that happens. Like you move on.
Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting that this whole entire like phenomenon of TikTok came about because people just like watching people dance and learning dances.
Yeah.
And it was COVID when everybody was bored.
And I think also
that people were just sitting around, let me learn this dance.
But also I think it has definitely changed.
God, I've been sweating up in here trying to learn to dance.
I think also it definitely also changed. I think for sure it definitely changed the music industry, where I think now a lot of musicians are playing for that viral hook or their viral section of the song that, you know, maybe people want to dance to or will hear. I discovered a lot of music based on music that's playing in the background of these videos. And I'm just like, wait a minute, who sing that? I want to know.
Well, I will say that's how I learned. Yeah, from those dancing videos. A lot of, I would honestly say that's how I got like into Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes, when she did her remix with Savage, when she did that remix with Beyonce, it blew up.
But even Captain Hook was like, I was like, who is that?
Because they had the dance. What's his name? Willow Smith had that song. Now I literally like that one part, that was the one part they took out and put it on TikTok. When I actually listened to the whole song, I'm just like, I mean, it's all right. Okay. But it's one of those things where I think a lot of artists are now playing to get that viral section.
Viral moment.
Yeah.
So they can get a dance.
Yeah. So they can get dance.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I think sometimes they're now more focused on getting a really good hook as well. So
they should always have been focused on that. So yeah. So just final thoughts on, you know, TikTok and the influence. So I actually said, I mean, like, TikTok, the great influencer, right? Because I do feel like it has played a major influence in our society for the last 4 years for me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me, again, like, even it came out, it didn't really blow up till 2020.
Yeah.
But since 2020, TikTok is like literally taken over. So I can understand, and I can see why it's a threat to our government and why they would want it to, they would want to have more control over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see why. So it's interesting to me that they're now trying to pass something, because we heard about this before. So
no, it did pass, and it will go into effect next year, early next year. I don't know if I think January next year.
So it already passed. So that's happening.
That is happening. Like I said, there are legal challenges out there, so I don't know if it'll be official. So we'll see what happens. But it's one of those things where right now, I think with X, they're like bleeding.
X is so...
Yeah, they're bleeding users right now. People are actually not just not going on the platform anymore. They're actively deleting their accounts and going to, which was the original founder of... I refuse to call it X. It's Twitter.
Who was the original founder of Twitter?
I can't remember the name of the guy, but he has a new platform called Blue Sky that people are transferring over to Blue Sky. I think I may sign up for that.
X is such a stupid name.
Yeah. So. I was just like, how can, you go through years of building a brand and then, you tweet. It's Twitter. It's the blue background with the little bird. It's just like, why you had a built-in name recognition brand.
True.
And for you to
at this point, I have it, but I'll probably delete it.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
We'll see what happens, but a lot of people are trained. I may go check it out. A lot of people
still call it Twitter, though.
They do. I do. I refuse to call it X.
It's not that I refuse. I don't ever think about it.
True.
It's
ingrained.
Don't think about it.
Yeah, it's ingrained in my mind.
Yeah.
So for me, like I said, everyone's talking about Blue Sky. So I'm actually thinking about opening an account over there. A lot of legitimate like celebrities and news organizations, just because of misinformation that's been spread on there, they have decided to no longer post on Twitter anymore. Which I'm just like, damn, that sucks. Like, this was. When it came to that was my first social media account, was Twitter.
Yeah, but nobody should be using social media as a form of truth. So
no,
was our cousin. She used to always be like, I'd be like, "Where'd you hear that? Twitter?" I'd be like, "Girl, get away from me." Shout out.
Yeah,
you know you are, girl.
It's not, Twitter is not a legitimate, or Instagram or Facebook is not a legitimate news source. So
check that website. See where it's coming from.
Check your sources. But anyways, like I said, I do love TikTok. I feel like it's made my life. I feel like it makes people's lives better than worse. But it is one of those things where this is with all social media. I think as a society, we definitely do have to be more cognizant and have more critical
human interaction, maybe.
Yeah, human interaction. Also, but when we read stuff online, this is just the internet in general. I think we need to be critical of not only the sources and thinking, okay, just because someone says it on the internet, you do have to still not take it at face value and
I think that's
challenge
hard for
those
people.
Things and just, I saw it on face. Okay, well, what was the source? You know, you have to be more critical of what you're reading and making sure it's coming from legitimate sources and
at this point,
critical. It's really critical thinking when it comes to deciphering what is being said. Who is you have to analyze who's saying it. How do they benefit from this information being put out there? And realizing that, you got to take everything with a grain of salt because there's a lot of fear mongering on there. So for me, I try to stay even keel and just like, okay, we'll see what happens. And if what you say comes to fruition, okay. If not, I'll just move on. So it's one of those things like, social media, I feel like it's made things better, but also made things worse. I think, honestly, when it comes to social media, I really do think that we definitely need to be more guarded when it comes to children. I think it's had a negative effect on kids.
That's why I'm saying I feel like, just to your point, like better. I mean, I don't know. Better is subjective in this situation because I think it's better to be interacting with people around you.
Yeah,
not with the phone.
Yeah,
all the time. So.
Yeah, I mean, but I also feel like it's a place to meet people
like
as well.
When you literally are, getting the pop up saying, "Hey." It's been a little while.
Yeah.
Maybe get off here.
Yeah.
Like, so I do like that TikTok did put that kind of safeguard in.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I think there maybe should
to make an attempt to be like, okay.
I mean,
you've been done this for a while.
Yeah. I think also that, I think it is a responsibility of the companies to put in those safeguards as well. So I think this is TikTok, this is Instagram, this is Facebook. There should be more safeguards in place with those social media platforms, whatever it is, whatever you choose to use. I feel like it is definitely your responsibility to keep your community safe that's on that platform. So I definitely think that it's not necessarily the consumer's responsibility, though we have some. But I think I feel like a lot of it is put on the end user versus the company, which I feel like you guys, we don't.
So you think the company is more responsible for what you consume than you as a person?
Not what you consume, and making sure that you're creating a space for people to come and interact with each other. I think it is definitely more. I think these companies sometimes, when it comes to safety and creating a safe space for people to interact, I think sometimes they are derelict in their duties when it comes to that.
But let's be real, interacting with people in life is dangerous, period.
Yeah, I understand, but
so I'm like, as far as like, you mean like being able to get a membership? Is that what you mean?
No, not even getting a membership, but when people demonstrate dangerous behavior or dangerous rhetoric, when you have people literally threatening people's lives, you'd be surprised how those people aren't getting kicked off the platform. And I think that's where I have a problem.
I don't know about that because, I mean, gosh, I think one time we were smoking a hookah and they cut it off. They blocked. I mean, especially TikTok. TikTok's very good at cutting, but I've also, blocking people from the platforms.
That, and like I said, I've seen
same thing with Facebook.
I've seen explicitly racist things reported, and they're like, no violation found. I'm like, what the hell?
Where?
On TikTok. I've done that. I've reported people for blatantly racist shit, and they've come back and it's like, no violation seen.
That's funny because they took my stuff right down, honey. Just for some hookah.
Yeah. So it really does. I guess it just really does depend on.
And that's so funny because TikTok does have so many safeguards with like even certain words you can't say. Like you can't say, marijuana. You can't even come close to saying that word. You have to call it something else. Yeah, they have certain things, this word you cannot say. So I'm surprised.
So I guess it depends. I guess they have to fine tune that.
But it's still man run and man monitored. So
yeah. So
maybe the person that you saw, you know, and then somebody who reviewed the claim decided, you know, you never know.
Yeah. So we'll see. Like I said, I hope, like you said, we'll see what happens in the future. I do too. So I really do. I do feel like there's more pros than cons when it comes to the platform. It's one of the things we do have to work out and tweak. And the government saying, oh, it's a safety issue. That's bullshit, because we all know that Facebook or Meta, which owns Facebook, Threads, and Instagram, we know that they're actively selling our data to foreign actors. So that's crap. I don't believe that. Yeah, I just feel like they are scared of the power that TikTok has.
Yeah, I think so.
In the way that Instagram, Facebook does not have. And that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that people are getting together and we're sharing notes. Yeah, we're sharing notes, thinking for ourselves. And a lot of people have woken up and really like, wait a minute. Yeah, I do. So I think that's what they're afraid of.
I do too. I agree. Okay, well, guys, we are, you know, again on our sleepy Monday night. We're gonna get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed listening today on hopefully the day the episode dropped on a Wednesday. But don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love to hear from you guys. And Sex and the City episode coming soon.
Yes, we're gonna definitely talk about that.
Maybe I'll make that what I watch during when I have my surgery. Maybe I'll make that be my rewatch. Anyways,
yes.
But anyways, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.